Dude, come here, come here. His little slap of reality. You have been ghosted and she isn't interested. And if you can relate with this, just know that I have been there. I'm not trying to offend you. I'm trying to help you because I am out of the situation now. And I can teach you how to get out of it because I know how bad it feels to be in this kind of situation. Right now, I'm in a much better place and I'll help you reach here. People want to feel important, and people like me and you, the good people, we will work hard, we will build a business, we will build ourselves, and in that way we derive our importance. We give importance to ourselves that way, and other people give us importance only when we grow. But what about the lazy people? What about the parasites, the leeches of the society? What they are gonna do is they will try to simulate attention. What essentially they will try to do is they will try to fake attention. They will try to get some fake attention so that they can just satisfy their ADHD minds. And here's what these kinds of people do. They will intentionally keep messages unread. They will intentionally ghost people so that they have a higher number on their unread messages list. And trust me, bro, at this point, you are just a number. You are just a part of that unread messages list. You are just a part of what I call a notification stack. And the thing is, I know this thoroughly. I've been there, done that, and I've been part of a bunch of notification stacks. I've been ghosted. If you are being ghosted, if your messages are not being read, chances are that you are just part of this notification stack, right? And these kinds of people would have like 20, 30 unread messages. These kinds of people would have like stacks of unread messages across different apps. They would have like 50 unread messages on Snapchat. They would have 20 unread DMs on Instagram. And I've been friends with a lot of guys and girls who actually do these things because I've seen them do this in front of me. I was actually friends with this girl who is an extreme example of this. She used to literally group chats in general or private so that she could still communicate with the people who mattered through primary, and she would just keep a lot of unread messages in general so that the notification stack, the number of unread messages, she could stack it higher and higher and higher. She had like 50, 60 unread messages. Some unread messages from like 1 week or 3 weeks ago. This is so messed up because you as a person are not considering the people who are DMing you as real people. The people who are DMing you, they are real human beings. They have emotions, they have thoughts, they have desires. They are separate emotional human beings. And you not replying to them is giving them a negative emotional response. And she doesn't consider you to be a real human being. No matter how she treats you in real life, no matter how funny, humorous, friendly, jolly, no matter how she treats you in real life, it does not matter. You are just a number to her. When she opens Instagram, you are just another one of those unread messages she's just keeping to increase the scorecard of the notification stack. That is it. That's all you are to her. Just a number, just another notification on her phone. Oh, and by the way, girls would do this specifically, more girls do this than guys. And the thing is, that girl who I was friend with, she did this thing and I saw it. And the thing is, I just on the surface joked with her that, okay, how unemployed do you need to be to do this, blah, 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 blah. But deep inside, I understood her position as well. She probably does not feel important in her household. And this is what she thinks. She doesn't feel important in the household. Nobody gives a damn about her in the household. And so she's just trying to feel important this way. And call me judgmental for saying this, but judgment is the only thing that we have as human beings to gauge other human beings and figure out who's a good person, who's a bad person, whatever. Call me judgmental, I don't care, because judgment is the only natural response to situations like these. Point is, all the while that you have been waiting for a reply, she has been texting the people who matter. And if you would have mattered, you would have gotten a reply. Because guess what? People purchase smartphones for the convenience of use. They don't purchase smartphones to stay busy and not use the phone. And who stays busy for 2-3 weeks? Replying to a message takes 2 minutes. And if you would have mattered, you would have gotten the reply. If you would have mattered, conversations wouldn't have ended. You wouldn't have been ghosted. And 99% of the time, you think she's busy. You think she's working. Trust me, bro. Trust me on this. She's not. She's not busy. She's not doing her work for 3 weeks straight and hasn't opened her Instagram. And you know it in your heart. You're seeing things being added to her story, but you are not getting a reply. And you are still deluding yourself into thinking that she's just busy. You're still deluding yourself into thinking that she still could like you. What? And And the thing is, for the minority female audience here, whoever's listening to this, he isn't busy as well. He is still on his phone, scrolling, adding things to the story while ignoring your messages. Because no matter how few guys do this, guys still do this, right? And bro, it's time that you accept this hard pill, that you swallow this hard pill, that you are not important to her. You have been ghosted and you don't have any chance with her. And no matter how she treats you in real life, she's just stringing you along. She is just feeding you crumbs of breads like you would feed a dog, so that you would keep chasing her and give her the attention that she thinks she deserves. That is it. You are just an attention bank for her, nothing else. You are just a number for her and not a human being. And bro, like these kinds of thoughts like hit me so hard when I was in your position, when I became the guy who got ghosted. And don't worry, I didn't learn the first time. So I have so many stories of ghosting. I literally have to select at this point which story I want to tell about ghosting. I've got so many. Yeah, fuck it, I'll just talk about the first one. So I was in class 10 or something, I don't remember, but I was texting a lot of people, and among them was this one girl. I was kinda interested, but not really, because it was the exam season and she was ugly. Whatever, I was just texting her like a normal friend, and we would exchange tips about photography. Turns out we both loved photography, and we would just talk normally, and we wouldn't even talk for like long hours. I would just send her something, and then she would reply the next day, and I would reply the next day. Just 24 hours of difference, because we both were in the same school and giving the same exam, right? One evening, okay, I was done from studying, that block of studying was done, and then I opened my smartphone after so long, and I saw that my message hadn't been seen for 24 hours. Usually it would have been seen by 12, 13 hours. It has been 24 hours, double that time, and my message had not been seen. And I was just like you. I was like waiting, and I was like, okay, she must be busy, it's the exam season, so on and so forth. I texted her again and again and again, and it took me 1 week of texting her, getting no replies, to realize that I've been ghosted. This is what ghosting feels like. That was the first ghosting of my life. And forget pain, forget suffering. I didn't feel any of that as intensely as anger. Look, previously that year I had been rejected like twice or thrice, but that pain, that anger, I felt that. And the reason why this story is very important to what I'm teaching here is that I want you to relate to me. I want you to understand that I've been there. And you could be feeling sad, you could be feeling despair, you could be feeling hopeless, but I felt anger and I got out of it. You should feel anger and get out of it. You know, these days people are so afraid to feel anger because we treat anger as this bad, negative emotion. You shouldn't feel angry towards people. But the thing is, unless you are angry towards her, you will never block her. Unless you are angry towards her, you will never stop talking to her. You will never stop texting. You will never stop conserving your dignity, your self-respect. So be angry if required, but get out of it. And I'm going to give you some operational stuff as well to get out of it. Fine. If you go through my Instagram and my POV, there have been endless scene zones. Endless. Like you could scroll through and there will be like 10, 12, 15 scene zones in general itself. And the thing is, not all of these scene zones are like, I'm interested in this girl and I'm texting her. No. Most of these scene zones actually are sales. And so this is the next section that I'm trying to teach. If you want to get out of this mess, if you want to get out of this headspace, you have to cut this emotional attachment which you have with that text messaging, right? You have to cut the emotional attachment you have with her reply. And the best way to do this is understand that it is all sales. It is all completely just sales. So when I was trying to build this brand, look, can you see the logo here? This is Threadly, okay? This was a business that I was trying to build. And for this, we had to communicate with a lot of influencers because our target audience, our target customers were influencers. So we would like look at their profiles and then figure out a DM to send them, which would be a sales pitch personalized to their profile. And we sent around like 50 to 60 minimum DMs from my account, from the Threadly account, from my friend's account, and we got back 2 replies. One of them was a denial, and the other one was clearly a manager texting us, and that guy was trying to get us onto his YouTube channel, the influencer's YouTube channel. We are the persons who are doing the sales pitches here, and that manager dude is trying to sell the YouTube channel to us. And so basically it was a 0% success rate, right? That is what I'm trying to say. It is all sales. What happened to the other messages which I sent? Ghosted. Some have not even been seen. Actually, most of them have not been even seen, and some of them have been seen, okay? But all of them have been ghosted. None of them have given us a reply. And when you are in the sales world, turns out that it is actually actually very normal to get simply ghosted. It is very normal to not get a reply even when you think you deserve one. You would actually expect a reply. It would be a very normal thing, but you would be ghosted. You right now think you are hurting because it has never happened to you before in life, or maybe sometimes it has happened but never 50-60 times, right? And you need to understand that ghosting is completely normal. It happens every single day with millions of salespeople out there, millions of times. It's so important to understand that it is all just sales, and a ghost doesn't mean that you are a failure of a salesman. It just means that your pitch needed to be probably better, and so you won't text that person again. Like maybe you would, but it would be a follow-up message because it's sales. But the thing is, you won't have emotional connection with the text messages. You won't see the text message and go like, okay, if I get a reply, I'll feel happy. If I don't get a reply, I'll feel sad. You won't do that when it's just sales. You're just trying to make some money. So please reply. If you don't, I'll text like 50 other people. And so this cuts the emotional attachment, and I want the same for you. Look at this recent ghosting that you've been through as sales. It's just all sales, and it's just another day for another salesman to get ghosted. And there's millions of customers out there, potential customers out there who you can text. Understand why the pitch was bad, understand how you need to change the pitch, how you need to change the tonality, how where you went wrong, right? Understand where you went wrong and just move on. Next person. And moving on doesn't always need to be next person, because in this regard, next person might not be very comfortable for you, but next work, next piece of task, what about that? And the thing is, the quicker you realize that you have been ghosted, the quicker you realize that you now need to conserve your self-respect and dignity and move on, the quicker you realize that you are nothing but just a number to them, the quicker that you realize these things, the better it is. Because I know it genuinely hurts. It genuinely hurts being the person who gets ghosted. And you might not even have texted anything freaky, anything weird. It's just normal friendship, just normal stuff, but still ghosted. You try to reason with yourself that, okay, why did this happen? I didn't deserve this, did I? But this line of thinking is wrong because it's all sales, remember? And so cut the emotional bondage that you have with this situation and just reframe whatever ghosting, whatever DMs that you have sent it to anyone, no matter how close a friend is, as simple sales. And the next thing that I'm going to tell you is going to sound very brutal, and people don't take this very comfortably, because it's uncomfortable, right? And it's hard work. Find something to do and obsess over it until you get better at it. And again, another better at it. And again, another better at it. Just keep getting better and better and better and better. And this is so nice, because when you find something to do, you end up having a stick to lean on in hard times. Right now, I'm lonely, right? Actually, not right now. For the past few months, I have been extremely lonely. No friends, no one to talk to, and absolutely no attention from anyone. And it was hard for me to go through this phase. But the only thing that kept me sane, I actually wrote this in my journal yesterday, the only thing that kept me sane was YouTube. This work that I'm doing here, I'm coming out here speaking on camera, this is hard work. I'm going down there editing my videos, that is as well hard work. Again, scripting is hard work. When I'm doing this hard work, when I'm focusing all my energy on this work, I don't have time to think of anything else. I don't have time for drama. I don't have time to worry if someone ghosted me or not. I don't have time. I don't have the mental bandwidth to give to this situation. And so when you are busy, when you find something to do which is more important than anything else, that is when real focus kicks in. And when real focus kicks in, let me tell you, you don't look at anything else. That ghosting which hurt you so much a few months ago, you will forget about it. Generally, you will forget about it if you keep working hard on one thing which is more important than even yourself for a bunch of months. You will forget about that ghosting. Trust me, it could be as bad of a rejection as you could have felt. Maybe in business, right? Like you have pitched something and you have been rejected. It could be really bad, really disrespectful, fine. But if you keep working on bettering yourself in the business, if you work hard, if you find that work and work super damn hard, let me tell you, like you will just straight up move on. It's so easy. And so work hard. And to any of the people who are telling that I won't work hard because there's nothing to do, to them I would tell you, I don't trust you. Because for human beings, there's always work, right? You look at the cavemen, look at your ancestors. Survival is basically work. If your ancestors one day randomly said that, okay, I don't want to hunt today, I'm feeling very lazy, you would not have been born, because he would have died of starvation, right? And so work just needs to be done. It doesn't care how you're feeling, it doesn't care how many times you have been ghosted, it doesn't care what your mental state is. Work is just there to get done. And if you focus yourself on this work, if you find this work and dedicate yourself to it fully, your mind won't have any energy left to give over this drama, to give over this failure of a situation where you have no chance. And the only thing that you can do is save your dignity and work hard. hard. And so working hard with full dedication on one thing, conserving your focus and focusing on one thing, this I would say is the biggest life hack. And honestly, if I made any video about anything, hard work would definitely be a part of it because it's so important and so universal. You can take hard work and discipline, use it in anything, and I can guarantee you can get success in some way. Look, 99% people actually will not take any action from this video. 99% people. But for the 1% people who will take some action, let me tell you, block her. And the thing is, I can give you very weird advices like block her, and then when she asks you in real life that, oh, why did you block me? You can just say, no, I will not unblock you. I hate you. Stay toxic king. I'm just kidding. The advice which I will give you here is, number one, if she asks you in real life that, okay, well, why did you block me? You can just avoid the situation. You can just talk softly. You can just be like, okay, well, I don't know. I have to check. You can just tell her that, okay, well, my account got hacked, this and that. You can just tell her so many different things. Or you can do the toxic thing as well if you are that kind of a person. But here's another hard pill to swallow. She probably will not notice that you have blocked because you are part of a general audience, right? Like the general DM section, you are part of that. You are not that important. You're just a group. You are just one DM in a clump of DMs. And so if you block her, she will not even probably notice. She will not notice for a long time. And this creates a comfortable situation for you because you don't have to confront her in real life. Look, always remember that truly successful people, don't have time for this BS. Truly successful people genuinely don't give any damn about situations like this. And you need to understand that if you want to be a truly successful person, you need to replicate some of the habits truly successful people do. And so you cannot put any more focus in this drama. You cannot put any more focus in this failure of a situation. You just need to work hard, keep your focus there and grow. Because again, people like me and you, we are on self-improvement. We will build a business, we will build our body, we will fortify our mind, we will work on ourselves in so many different ways. And this is how we will feel important. We are not the lazy idiots leeches who will use other people as numbers and try to stack notifications just to feel important. Because look, another truth. If you would have been rich, jack, famous, high value man, right? You would not have been ignored. But more likely, if she texted you, she would have been ignored. Why? Because you're a rich, strong, famous, high value, strong man. And most probably you get so many fan mails, 500 DMs per day. You get a lot of fan mail. So you don't have time to reply to all those things because you got work, because it's the work that got you here, right? And so it would be more likely for you to ignore her just accidentally than her to ignore you. And she's just trying to replicate this success thing, right? If you're successful, you will get a lot of fan mail and you'll not have time to reply to all those texts, right? And she's just trying to replicate that. She's just trying to keep messages unread so that she can replicate the feeling of accidentally ghosting people. The real accidental ghosting is what you could be doing when you're rich, strong, famous, which is just not actually having enough time to reply. But what she's trying to do is fake attention. She's just trying to replicate that exact same situation. So always, like I've discussed 3 things here. First, understand that it's all sales. Second, work hard. Drown yourself in this work. And third, I don't know how many points were there. There's 2 actionable steps. These 2. No, there's probably not 3 points. Whatever, man. I'm getting a lot of brain fog. I'm dehydrated. I gotta go drink water. Man, just don't pick up another notification in someone's phone. Have some self-respect, man. Come on.